Welcome back to Boundless Books. Today we're exploring Chapter 19 of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, titled Elf Tales. This chapter follows the fallout after Ron's near-death experience, the ongoing mystery of Draco Malfoy's activities, and the growing tension at Hogwarts as danger looms ever closer. The chapter begins in the hospital wing, where Ron is recovering after accidentally drinking poison mead meant for Dumbledore. Madame Pomfrey has him under strict watch, but Harry, Hermione, Ginny, and the rest of the Weasley family are deeply shaken. The incident has made everyone realize how close danger is. Even within the walls of Hogwarts, Harry becomes increasingly certain that Draco Malfoy is behind these attacks. He shares his suspicions with Hermione and Ron, insisting that Draco is acting on Voldemort's orders. Hermione, however, is not entirely convinced. She tries to reason with Harry, saying that Draco being capable of such dark deeds hasn't been proven. Ron, though still pale and weak, leans toward supporting Harry's hunch. Meanwhile, Hagrid pays Ron a visit and ends up revealing something unusual. He saw Draco and Snape arguing in the Forbidden Forest. Hagrid overheard Draco shouting at Snape to stay away from him and insisting that he didn't need help with his mission. This revelation adds fuel to Harry's suspicions. If Draco has been given a task by Voldemort, Snape's involvement complicates things further. Harry feels both vindicated and frustrated. He knows he is right about Draco, but he cannot convince the adults in authority, particularly Dumbledore, who seems to trust Snape implicitly. The tension grows heavier as Harry reflects on how isolated he feels in carrying the burden of these suspicions. Later, Harry finds himself worrying about Quidditch practice. With Ron recovering, he must reshuffle the team, giving Cormac McLaggen a chance to play keeper. McLaggen, however, proves to be an arrogant and disruptive presence. His tendency to criticize and undermine his teammates throws the entire practice session into chaos. Harry quickly regrets ever allowing him on the team. To make matters worse, Katie Bell has not returned to school since her cursed necklace attack earlier in the year. With two players missing, Gryffindor's team spirit begins to falter. Harry tries to keep morale high, but the upcoming match against Hufflepuff feels uncertain. On top of Quidditch troubles, Harry continues to dwell on Malfoy's possible activities. He notices that Malfoy looks pale and drawn, sometimes disappearing from the Great Hall and missing meals. These absences, coupled with the argument overheard by Hagrid, intensify Harry's obsession with uncovering the truth. Hermione warns Harry that he is becoming fixated, but Harry refuses to let go. The chapter closes on this note of unease. Harry feels surrounded by unanswered questions, Draco's mission, Snape's loyalties, and the increasing danger facing his friends. As Ron recovers slowly, Harry realizes that Hogwarts is no longer safe, and that Voldemort's influence has crept closer than ever before. Key moments in the chapter include Ron's recovery in the hospital wing after being poisoned by the mead intended for Dumbledore. Harry's continued suspicion of Draco Malfoy, despite Hermione's skepticism. Hagrid overhearing Draco and Snape's argument in the Forbidden Forest about a mission. Quidditch troubles with Cormac McLaggen, whose arrogance disrupts practice. Harry's growing sense of isolation, as he feels only he truly sees the threat Malfoy represents. Differences between the book and the movie. The poison mead incident is present in the film, but much of Ron's recovery and the aftermath with Hagrid's revelation are cut entirely. In the movie, Draco and Snape's tension is shown differently, with more direct visual hints of Draco's struggle rather than overheard arguments. The Quidditch subplot with McLaggen is largely minimized in the film, focusing instead on broader themes of romance and Voldemort's return. That wraps up Chapter 19, Elf Tales. This chapter highlights how Voldemort's shadow creeps further into Hogwarts, even as Harry struggles to prove his suspicions about Draco and Snape. Between Ron's near-death experience and the chaos on the Quidditch pitch, Harry realizes that trust and loyalty are more important than ever. What do you think? Was Harry right to be so fixated on Draco, or was Hermione correct to be cautious? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for Chapter 20, Lord Voldemort's Request.